And now shifting our focus to East Africa, where farmers in Kenya are resisting an initiative by the government to vaccinate the country's livestock. Kenya is due to kick off an ambitious initiative this week to vaccinate all livestock in the country, but that initiative is being met by protests and resistance from local farmers, driven by misleading claims about the vaccines, as well as the belief that Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates was funding the project. Last year, the William Ruto government announced plans to vaccinate at least 22 million cattle and 50 million goats and sheep over 3 years. The government explained that the program would help to prevent animal diseases and thus secure the international market for livestock products. Currently, only 10% of the national herd have the necessary vaccinations, and the authorities say they want to raise the rate to 85% to make Kenya's livestock products eligible for export. The government said that it would cost farmers nothing to get their animals vaccinated, as it was footing the bill. Now, however, critics have questioned and opposed the vaccination drive and the effectiveness of the vaccines. Without providing any significant evidence, livestock farmers have expressed concerns that the vaccination program is meant to sabotage their herds. Those who oppose the program believe that the Bill Gates is funding the project in Kenya, and this was fueled by people sharing videos of his interview on social media platforms talking about vaccinating cows to control methane emissions. Now, methane emitted by livestock belching and farting contributes about 15% of global emissions each year. According to the United Nations, it is the most common greenhouse gas after carbon dioxide. Gates has previously invested in projects to reduce methane emissions from cattle and is currently funding a US-based company looking to develop a vaccine. Now, Gates was also at the center of a controversy in Kenya last year after the Kenyan government decided to grant diplomatic immunity to his foundation. But despite the government denying that Gates or any other foreign sources have provided funding to the project, conspiracy theories have been doing the rounds on social media, and the issue has become a subject of political discussion in Kenya. Many people have said that they would resist the jabs for their cattle, adding that no one will be allowed to vaccinate their livestock just because Bill Gates said so, while others have said that there are millions of cows in Europe and America that should be vaccinated first. Opposition leaders in Kenya have also blamed President William Ruto for advancing a sinister foreign agenda and violating the constitution by undertaking this vaccination program. President Ruto, for his part, has dismissed the views of those opposing the vaccinations. He has called it simply misguided, unreasonable, and possibly stupid. Yet experts believe that the spread of such conspiracy theories is down to poor communication by Ruto himself, as well as low trust in his government following the anti-tax protests last year and a series of corruption scandals. When Ruto first announced the vaccination program, details were extremely scant and it was not clear what the animals would be vaccinated against. And this is when reports suggest that there was a clear spike in mentions of both Gates and cows by social media accounts, with their location listed as Kenya. The furor grew into a matter of national debate, with cartoonists pushing for cattle rights on social media with comical images captioned, "My fart, my choice." Now, this even led the Kenya Veterinary Association calling on the government to halt the vaccination exercise and to conduct a public awareness campaign first. Now, while the government has reassured the farmers that the vaccines are being produced locally, locals have continued to resist the move, citing possible foreign influence, particularly from the American billionaire Bill Gates.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we put together for you. Touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbors were the first to send the special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout this week. Yes, Hindu Mandir in we're on a way to Tel Aviv measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sheryl Tagwe. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
We were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote effort. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion. 4.3 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.